Nishukishe mta dere wauru wa mta wanataka choma na mikiase mta
wagwan karibu tena. Good morning my friends, welcome to the Atmost Entertainment Podcast and I'm your host today, Curious kwenye flow hapa. Karibu maze. I hope you guys are having a dope amazing weekend, and today you are watching the Atmost Entertainment which comes out every 9 a.m. at every Saturday. My people, I see you all out there grinding, hustling, going at it hard. Na najua maze, you everything that you've been doing right now itakuja kuwaleta hapo mbele kwa fiti mbaya. I'll see you maze. I have so much to talk about today, and today I'm only going to press on one topic, and I've been wanting to cover about this topic for a while. But before we go hapo maze, watu wako nyege festival. I see you guys doing your thing, having fun in Ginger, and unfortunately if you're going to the festival maze, beba gumboots zako buda, juko kunanyesha kichizi. But nimekam ku notice this is now the first time these locations always zinakwanga tuna matope. That's actually one of the things that maybe I've seen in that festival that maybe people might not enjoy as vibes, but ingekuwa mimi wherever the vibes are, wherever the alcohol is, wherever the shows are, wherever the artists are, najua watu wangu wote watakuwa tu hiyo mtaa. Hata mimi nakuwa tu hiyo area. Place tu najua tu nitapata tu vibe. Hata si lazima kuwe na mashori, lakini vibe iko tu sawa. Tunapata tu watu wako hivi. Maze, just a big shout out to everybody who is at the Nyege Festival maze. You guys, endelea kutuonesha hizo things that are happening through Snapchat, IG, TikTok, hizo vitu zote. Tafadhali endeleeni kupost. We want to see how this festival goes so that we can bring in more Africans, more Kenyans into this festival anytime, anywhere. And also I'd like to point out another thing that I have seen around maze. At last, this episode right now ikitokea, we have a new president. Yes, William Samoei Ruto maze is our new president, and I would love to give a big shout out to everybody who went out to vote, because that's your constitutional right. And for those who did not vote, next time maze, amka, enda upige kura mtu wako, and you're going to be represented in matters that matter to you, you know. And with that maze, I am so glad maze. I've been having a really amazing week, really busy but very amazing, and there's so much that I've been doing, so many things that I've been trying to try. I was training and try on an error mode, you know, because maze, in this life you always need to try and come up and try to be your best, you know. And today's topic maze, as I said, there's so much going on in the entertainment industry, and I know you guys last week I had talked about the gospel topic, and trust me, we are going to get at part 2 for that. But in the meantime, as we wait for that time to come, today maze, today we are going to talk about the elephant in the room, and that is Afropop. My G's, my people, for everyone who has no idea what Afropop is, or Afrofusion, or Afro R&B, you know, that's a mixture of African music with different styles of music from different types of artists in different parts of the world, and in different parts of Africa. And there's usually that distinct sound that you realize that this is Afropop, or this is Afrofusion, or this is an African, this is Afro music, you know. And there are so many artists who have been Afropop right now is one of the biggest genres around the world. This is a fact, I'm saying. You can actually tell by how before even we go, before I start telling you how big Afropop is. Afropop right now, I'd love to talk about it in terms of the Kenyan perspective, or the side that it affected, that it penetrated through the market very fast, and that's the Kenyan market. So back in 2014, 2013, before now this whole story of the way Gengetone and all that, the Afro music had penetrated the market full force, you know. And let me tell you, my people, hey, Nigerians and singing, those people, it's like they usually go for master classes for these things. And there's one thing I love about Afro music is the fact that it's a homegrown, genre, and not just homegrown. Is the fact that it fuses every single language of not just the accents from the Nigerian country, but or Ghana or what, but it fuses accents in all different parts of African countries, you know, and even Kenya. And Afropop can be you can see it's been done even by one of the biggest bands in Kenya, in Africa right now. It's arguably one of the biggest bands, and that is Sauti Sol. And you can see their rise, and their rise to fame, and their rise to their creativity, and them being fully into their form. You know, I talk a lot about being in your form, and I'll definitely explain that uko mbele kiasi. But Afro music, when it penetrated the Kenya market, my people, kwanza the people who penetrated the market were kina Burna Boy, Wizkid. There was at that time before now it became like a huge thing. Two-Face to Baba, was it called Two-Face to Baba Ma? Yeah, something like that. Then there was the Akina, what are their name? The twins, these twins, P Square were more of, they were doing pop music, but I feel like they had a bit of Afro. Before now Afro was called Afro, they had a bit of Afro inside their music already, but it's like it hadn't really grounded yet, but now it's even more. There's so many artists who had penetrated at that time. Adenkule, so many, and I'm telling you there's so many. Hadi nikianza kuwataja hapa wote, bro, utaanza kujiuliza what? And these people, are they Kenyans ama ni moto? Unajua, because the amount of work that these people put in, it's an international level kind of music making. So more about the Afropop. There is so much news going on around the world, and Burna Boy has become one of the biggest selling artists right now across the world. And it's not just about him being one of the biggest, but it's about him being that type of artist that is making waves all over the world. He has been filling stadiums from London to US to all these other countries. And one thing by the Mimi, I usually get bored with is how promoters treat international artists and how they treat Kenyan artists. You can feel there's a very different vibe in how they treat them. You can even see in how they pay them, how they bring them, the way they treat them when they are here, the kind of accommodations, the type of respect, everything is usually totally different. And I know we usually talk about how Kenyan artists need to be paid and all that, but promoters, do your thing, man, and stop being kwenye wasa wakona yo akilia kama si tutakula si wote. The cake is so big for the entertainment industry to stop, but to have one or two, three people who are greedy to in just eating by themselves, you know. And if there's one thing I love about Kenyan artists, is the lack of it's not that they don't complain, they do, lakini wanajitafutianga bado, unaget, cause wanajuanga hata ukikosa kutupatia do tutatafuta kwingine na tutapata. And if there's one thing I'd love to insist on, is promoters should be really consider making artists making making Kenyan artists be paid for their value. And once you pay our Kenyan artists for their value, I'm telling you, unaona venye ati, I'm telling you, the African pop, Afropop had penetrated the Kenyan market. Buddha, our music, whether it's hip hop, whether it's R&B, whatever, it's going to be penetrating these countries. Ish, hata wewe utakuwa unastuka, hata nyinyi mtakuwa mnajaribu kutafuta ama artist mnashindwa, lakini jua venye hamu appreciate ama artist, trust me you, itafika point hata watakuwa naenda tu huko nje kutafuta tu food yao, jua najua Kenya tulipi vizuri, unajua Kenya hatufanyi hivi, unajua. But if there is one thing I'd also love to mention about Afropop is that during that time that it had penetrated the Kenya music, kulikuwanga na ile like a silent moment. like there's so many entertainers, industry gurus, musicians, artists, nini, they usually talk about that moment where the Kenyan entertainment industry inakujanga. Even there's a kuna line kwenye Shinsi anasemanga ati kulianza kuwa na kelele wakati alirudi ngoma, which is not true. Ni venye tu though that's how it can feel. Kulikuwanga bado na ngoma zilikuwa zinatokea, but zilikuwa zinamaskiwa sana na the Afropop music. And if there is one thing that I love about Gengeton was the fact that iliwafukuza, ilichukua tu kifagio ikaenda sha watoke tu wote juu Gengeton returned people back into our music vibaya. As much as there was so much profanity in, like, not a lot of profanity, but there was like a bit of profanity in it, and people started bashing it because of that. I totally support Gengeton 101%, hata ni 1000%, because kama kuna kitu moja nimekam kurealize, the biggest critics of music are not usually the people who necessarily make music. do you know what I mean? Like ni wale wase, they just want to not really make everything seem bad, but they want to feel like hata mimi naweza sema kitu, and it's not supposed to be like that. My people, if you want to criticize music, critique it with from a stand view of Mazee, I want our music to be better, not from a stand view of F this music, you know. And I nearly let it slip kiasi, but F this music. If that's what you're supposed to, if that's how you're supposed to, like, if you do not make the music become more about building, you wouldn't make that that industry grow. And Afropop did that, just that. The way the Nigerians did it grounded. They made sure everybody in their country had the music first, because once you have the ground base na basic of firi, like iko stable, trust me you, the rest watafuata tu, watakuwa na mkatuka dominoes. And that's a fact, and that's what I'd love us to do with our Kenyan music. If you make our airplay 80%, 90% airplay of Kenyan music only, then everybody else, Kenyan music itakuwa ina fly to the world. We usually say to Kenya to the world. Do you know what that means? That means hapa ndani kwanza, Kenya kwanza wapate yo blessing ya voices zetu ya nini, then to the world. You see, that's what it means. And I love Afropop for the fact that it has fused not only the Nigerian side of it, but it has fused all over Africa. There's Afro Amapiano, like there's Afro hip hop, there's Afro R&B, there's Afro Lingala, there's Afro Bongo. Tell me, our music, not just our Kenyan music, but our African music is a fusion. It's a fusion of so many cultures bringing in together. And Afropop has it made it more finessed, you know. Ilipatia tuka vibe flani. Afropop is not R&B, it's not hip hop or any of that. It just made it have its own vibe and it took a life on its own. Akina Wizkid, Davido, all these guys, they made it. They raised the bar even higher. Maze hata mimi kuna ngoma fulani naonaga ya Wizkid naonaga ni kama alikopi Isa ama alisample from Isa's jam, or or maybe they sampled from the same place, and hiyo ngoma ilikuwa gani, but nikikumbuka nitawaambia. But Wizkid, when it comes to sampling, I need to do a episode of sampling only, and you'll see how many, like so many artists, not just Kenyan artists, sample a lot of music, not just from here but from all over the world. And utaona hata watu wa majuu wana sample Kenyan, zile za kitambo, zile zenye tunazitanga ati zilizopendwa, hizo ndo na sample. And if there's one thing I love about, if there's one person I love about sampling, ni Octo. He does not sample just ati ngoma ya kawaida zi. He samples from Lingala to Luo to like a lot. And one thing about his and that's one thing about being an artist, say. Like you need to be able to come out and be able to play around with these samples that have been out there. Zilikuanga hapo kitambo. And there's a saying that says great artists copy. Good artists copy, great artists steal. Not generally like stealing from like everything, but they repurpose the content that was already there so that it can be able to fit the current times and the changing times, but it still retains its original make, you know. And that's one of the things I love about Octo. He's not the only person who has sampled. There's also Wizkid, Maze. Wizkid has been sampling for a while. Kuna ngoma hata naona ni kama alisample na Isa nini, but hizo vitu, they are not usually that bad. They as in kuna ngoma niliona ni kama alisample like almost the same beats as Isa, but I'm sure they sampled almost the same area, but that's why they sound so similar. And sampling is one of the things that you guys should always want to like try and do more, you know. And Afropop, as it penetrated the market and made it better, it just made everything even more it just made everything just vibes, you know. Now if there's one thing I want to give a shout out to is Sauti Sol. Sauti Sol at Sauti Sol. What? Sauti Sol have been doing that thing, you know. They have been flying that Kenyan flag high, and they have made it so that always when there's a conversation around Afropop or around music, their team, they are being mentioned anywhere. That band is being mentioned anywhere. And that's one of the things that, if, as I said before, kama mnataka ngoma zetu zitoke hapa, tunafaa kuweka ground yetu kwa stable, na iko stable vizuri, na ile hata hakuna mtu anaweza tingisha mti kiwa Jakoya, unajua. And it's going to be an amazing experience for every single Kenyan. With that, Maze, thank you for always coming and watching these episodes every other Saturday. Maze, man, I'm really overjoyed and really grateful for you people who have been tuning in every single Saturday, every other Saturday, and every weekend. Man, what? Mimi nitaenda hata kujienjoy after this, because now, after talking about Afropop, I just want to go and listen to this music again and just listen to it and just chill out and just hata nikifanya grind zangu nizifanye na adabu, unajua. But with that, my people, join me every single Saturday at 9 a.m. and I'll be bringing you the Atmost entertainment news and trendy news. And also, I am sure I'm going to be dropping bonus episodes to be able to showcase their different types of new music that have been released each and every other week. And Maze, if you're an artist, keep on grinding, keep on doing your thing. And if you want me to maybe look at your art and also maybe talk about you at my podcast, always holla. I'm always ready and prepared to have amazing artists, to showcase the amazing artists to my audience. And you guys have been doing such a great job. I need to give you guys that platform so that hata hao wakiona watakuwa naangalia hivyo nasema yenyewe Enyewe Curious he was just right on point. Curiosity was really glad. You will be really glad you are curious, you know. And with that, always join us at the Atmost Entertainment Podcast TV every Saturday at 9 a.m. And with that, may people have a really dope, amazing weekend.
Good vibes. Haba haba itajaza bila aibu.